Morning. Okay, so it rained pretty much all of last night. The shelter is dry, so that's nice. Also managed to get most of my tent in here, so that's also nice. Uh, my feet are feeling a lot better. Now it is time to pack everything up and hit the trail. It's, I don't know, a little past 7, I think, in the morning. I'll have to see how the day plays out, how easy the trail is, because there is a little bit longer between the shelter spots today. And ideally, I want to sleep at a shelter spot. It's definitely the easiest places to, well, if I can find a totally flat ground, then the shelter spots are a close second. But so it will be somewhere between 25 and 35 today. So should probably stop talking and get packing and get moving. As soon as we hit the trail, I'll give you a quick recap of yesterday. Okay, we are back on trail. Quick recap of yesterday. Most of it you saw, but from when I got to camp, actually quite a lot of stuff happened as well. First of all, when I got there, I tried to filter some water because I was very low on water, resulting in me falling down the cliff that led down to the water. So my back is a bit sore. Other than that, I am pretty much unscathed, but I did scratch up the one sleeve of my rain jacket, so that'll probably impede the waterproofness. Then an hour or so later, a flock of geese came up. Apparently they didn't notice that I was lying in the shelter. Like 18-20 geese just waddling around, eating whatever they could. They got quite the surprise when I sat up and started quacking at them to have them go away, because I didn't want them to come anywhere near me or especially my food. Okay, what else? It rained pretty much all night, and I think that's the major points. Other things yesterday: lots of road walking, lots of trail walking, about 50-50. Lots of new experiences. Walking across bridges over waterfalls, having to do a, let's call it, raft crossing because a bridge went out. Yeah, a lot of cool experiences yesterday. Almost managed to keep my feet dry all day yesterday, which was very nice. They needed that, so they feel a lot better this morning. However, this wet undergrowth is now slowly filling my shoes with water. So I'll see how I manage that. Either more breaks when I try to rinse out the water from my socks, or say fuck it, eat painkillers, power through, hope for the best, and see how much they recuperate when I get to camp. But I'll take that as it comes. Let's get hiking. Okay, so we are about to start off section 14, 13 kilometers long, expected this time 4 to 5 hours excluding breaks, difficulty hard. Cool. So potentially as tough as the first 2 days. We'll see. Interesting. Okay, so far this trail ain't that bad. Definitely not as hard as what we found further up north. Another thought that popped into my mind. This is day 7 on trail, and it seems like the sections are getting easier. They must also be a lot shorter, because if my math is correct, then I will hit the halfway point of the trail sometime today. But I'm only on section 14, and there's a 27 in total, so they're definitely not equal length. So some of them down further south must be pretty short. But yeah, hopefully halfway point somewhere today. That would be cool, because my food supply is dwindling. Yeah, okay, when you need these, it's fair. It's fair, classify this part of the trail as hard, but the rest of it has been fairly easy. So, got another rope situation going all of a sudden. I think I'm gonna finish this before I attempt this. I'll probably need both hands. Okay. Okay, here we go. Oh, they made a detour route. Okay, well, we did it the cool way. So I just found Hellastuken. Apparently like this big resting place, I guess. No one's here and everything is closed up, but the trail just goes straight around, and it has a few lavatories and stuff like that. But there's no one here. I don't see any reason to stay. Upwards and onwards. Oh, maybe I'll check that old water faucet there, water pump, see if it works. Nope, that's been plugged up, so you can't use it. Okay, what a shame. What do we have here? Do we have a full-on cave? Ah, no. It just stops half a meter in. That's a shame. Would have been cool. Okay, so the sign there says Militärt övningsområde. Life danger. Yeah, military training area. Do not go into the woods on the left side of this road. Got it. Should be. That's a fairly clear instruction. Well, that's a new kind of obstacle. Is that a power cord just dangling through the wood? Interesting. Okay, this sign must mean that we are at the end of section 14. We started at Metsjö earlier today. It says 13 kilometers up there, it says 12 here, that's fine. None of it was hard. None of it. 3 times I had to climb with those ropes, either up or down. But that wasn't hard, that was technical. Well, I'm not gonna argue semantics with whomever classified how hard these sections are. It was fine. It was very fine. Not a lot of, well, a bit of road walking, well, like this. And then the whole last section here was basically straight, but it was still fairly narrow and it was rather pretty. Okay, so that must mean that we've done, I don't know, 16, 17 by now. If that's true, well, that's a pretty decent pace considering it's 12 o'clock. I've been on the move for 4 hours. Yeah, that's a decent pace. Okay, so this is the official end of section 14. So section 13 that we're about to hit is 12 kilometers long. It says it's 4.5 to 5 hours as a medium difficulty. So this should be a breeze. I mean, I said so about the other one, that only took me 3.5 hours. So, and that was supposed to be hard. Okay, so there's some cattle blocking my road. I don't know if they're gonna move or if they're gonna get aggressive or if I just have to wait. I don't really see any detours. I'll have to figure that out. Not gonna hurt you, just trying to get by. Pretty please, don't kill me. There we go. There we go. Okay, so straight from a horrendous amount of road walking through a cattle enclosure and now straight into this. It's a lot prettier, I'll definitely give them that. Also, a lot tougher. Whew, maybe because it's all uphill so far. But insanely gorgeous. The air smells absolutely amazing in here. Just pine, resin, beautiful. If anyone lost their red canoe, I found it. Nice to be back on something actually resembling trail after all that road walking though. Oh, that's a pretty lake. Another pretty lake. Okay, buckle up. Now we're supposed to balance on top of a dam. Oof. I mean, at least it's sturdy. Okay, so I've just kind of come across a sign for a shelter 600 meters that way, but there is another shelter 8.5 kilometers that way, and it's not even 3 o'clock. So I think we're gonna push for the one 8.5 kilometers away. Feet are a bit sore though. And once again, traversing a massive blowdown. Just look at that root net. Pretty insane. Okay, this is gonna be camp for tonight. I found a great big shelter. It's right next to a football field, and it is situated in a children's obstacle course. But that's fine. I don't think there'll be a lot of people here. Some people were just here. An elderly lady, and I'm guessing her 3 grandchildren. Lovely people. Gave me a chance to practice a bit of my Swedish. Who could inform me that, first of all, there's a water faucet right there, so I didn't need to haul all that water here. Also told me that there is a toilet wagon something right around the corner, and there may even be rumored, if I understood her correctly, the possibility that I can get a shower. That would be absolutely amazing. So I'm thinking I may have to look into that first and then come back, set up camp, because that sounds too good to be true. 39 today. That was pretty intense. My feet are definitely feeling it. I'm definitely feeling out my shoes. They are so swollen. But that's nice. So I'll have all the water I can drink for once, and I don't have to fall down cliffs to get it. And I can be at 100% water tomorrow morning, no matter how much I drink tonight, which is also nice. I may actually even drink enough to be able to take a pee. I've been going for 7 days. I think I've peed 3 times. I'm definitely not drinking enough. But when you have to filter everything and you have this as shitty a filter as I do, not that it's going to be a review or anything, but these live straw peak squeeze thingies, fucking horrible. They're too small, they're too slow. I've have to replace that. Yeah, okay, I'll look into the bathing situation, then the camp situation, then the food situation, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Okay, so she wasn't wrong. I actually managed to get a shower. Hot water for the first time in a week. Yeah, that felt amazing. My feet are throbbing though. But there is a small adjacent room in there. And I found an outlet that is actually turned on. So this gonna sound weird. My plan right now is actually, instead of going back down to the shelter, just sleep in the room in there. It's dry, it's level, there's no bugs. I don't need to put up my tent. I can just put my sleeping mat on the ground. And right now I am trying to charge up my phone from my power bank, because my power bank is fairly quick at charging my phone. And then, since I only have one of these little crappy charger thingies with me, yeah, Apple product, why not? Then when my phone is charged and maybe my camera is charged, I'll plug in my power bank and leave that to charge overnight. That will definitely help me with the whole power on the go situation. I think my drone battery capacity is still decent. I have a little over half left. But my phone and power bank situation, that was something else. My first power bank died in like 4 days. And I didn't even abuse it. It was supposed to be a 20,000 milliamp. It's not anymore. So that will have to be exchanged when I get home as well. So my second one is fairly new and charges my phone fairly quickly and the camera fairly quickly. So if I can get both of those to 100% and then charge the power bank overnight, then I'll be in a good place. Yeah, I think that's what's gonna happen.